Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Webcam boy here today with something a bit different for me, a ACC video. Yeah, some Assetto Corsa Competizione. I thought I'd give it a go, seeing as I have the means to record it now. Oh, I'm able to record it now. So yeah, thought I'd give it a go. Usually the game's doing this nice cinematic stuff now when you're on the grid, but for some reason it's just sitting here in the cockpit this time. So don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I thought I'd just have a go of recording a race around Zolder. Just half an hour race against the AI, 28 car field starting at the back in the Porsche. I thought, why not go for the Porsche? I've always had a bit of a sort of soft spot for the Porsches, so yeah, thought I'd give it a go, see how far up we can go, and yeah, and so just have a bit of a chat about ACC, because why not? Track green apparently, which is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to rain or not in the game. I think we've got it set to 7 in the morning for this race, so just as the sun's coming up. Oh, hello. Audio's just kicked back in. There we go. But yeah, so without further ado, there we go. I probably got that wrong. Apologies, quite tired. But anyway, we will, yeah, get into the race and see how we go. All right, let's get it going here for this race. I've got to remember what my light button is. There we go. Get some lights on there while doing that, so we'll follow suit. Yeah, half an hour race in the Porsche.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Alrighty, low tire pressure apparently.
Car on the left, clear on the left.
Alright, we're underway.
Go, go, go.
Immediately going to get the Aston Martin.
Left, clear on the left.
Nice move. Oh, nearly ran to the back of the Bentley. Oh, we've got one round already, got drama.
Clear on the left.
Already been one that's been turned. AI really slowing up here, getting caught up battling each other. See everyone fanning out. Oh, look at everyone trying to make a move. We're going to try and shape up the Merc, but not quite close enough. A bit caught up here as AI are all sort of falling over each other trying to make moves. Ooh.
Car on the left.
Yellow flag. More
Clear on the
accidents.
left.
Oh, yep, there is to the right. Another one gone. AI losing their minds already. More chaotic than my last attempts. Oh, I thought of having a dive, but the Merc. Oh, hello, speaking of having a dive. Oh, Bentley nearly sticks the nose in there. So this is the 1.1 version of the game I'm playing as well, was the major update. They brought in a few cars and another track as well. And this is the 2019 season you can select in 1.1 with the 2019 teams and cars. Around the Merc here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Not really up far enough, but the Merc still gives the room. Driving as Romain Damas as well, which, if you know, or follow any sort of hill climbing time trial stuff, you'll know him as the Volkswagen IDR driver. He's been setting all sorts of records in that car around the world, various hill climbs and so on. Oh, the AI really getting caught up right now. Try and take advantage of that. Oh,
Clear on the right.
kind of boxed in. Oh, Merc's going to go for it. Oh, a big old bomb on the Lexus. Really held up here. Oh, a bit of understeer there mid-corner. I'll go for a bomb, I think, here. Lob. Oh, big old bomb. Huge bomb. I love it. I love the big bombs in the AI. Oh, Lexus stayed in it. He might still keep it. Not over yet. Still there. He might keep this, you know. Oh, he's still there. That guy just does not know when to give up. There we go. Finally get it done. Oh, we've gone a bit deep. It's okay. Oh, the Lexus got drawn into it. It was right up my backside. Forced me to the air up. That was good stuff from the AI. Very good battle there. Which I guess is a nice way to start the discussion on ACC. I personally have quite enjoyed it. I haven't actually played as much, or driven I should say probably, as much as I really want to. It's one of those sims I've always wanted to do more driving in, so we'll have a bit of a go here at the Lexus again. No, there we go. Yeah, one of the sims I want to play more, but I just haven't got around to. You know, I just haven't had the time or any of that to have more of a go of it. But you know, I do jump on, have a bit of a random race every now and then when I can, and really good fun. Really good fun. Obviously, iRacing has their GT3s. RF2 has a good range of GT3s as well.
Car on the left.
There we go. Finally, better make this move stick.
Clear on the left.
There we go, got it done. Cool. But yeah, they've got their range of GT3s, and they're fun to drive. I haven't driven the RF2 ones for quite some time, to be fair, so my view and anything I know about them is probably outdated by now, but last time I drove them, they were fun, good fun. I think I've done a couple of videos as well on them, just random races in them, so, you know, had some good times with them, and obviously the AI in RF2 is quite good to race against. So we'll be running in the Mercedes, I think. Oh boy. Oh, that's legitimate pass. The most legit pass you'll see. That was that was not a legitimate pass at all, but hey, I managed to make it work and not die somehow. Oh, the run. The run there. Can't not have a go with that.
Clear on the right.
Wow, AI really laying the brakes into that chicane. But yeah, they've obviously got their respective GT3s. RF2s are good fun. I've had some fun racing the AI in them. Obviously the IR, I've obviously done a fair bit of racing in those GT3s, with the being IR. Stay on the road, damn it. So yeah, done a good deal of racing in both of them really, and to be honest, I think these are better. I think these are probably some of the best GT3s I've driven in sims. They just feel good. They just feel good, you know. There's really intricate, you know. They feel really detailed. The steering, the force feedback, you know, it feels really very nice. And all the different cars handle in their own way, of course. I mean, before this, I didn't attempt in the Lamborghini, the Huracan. And compared to the Porsche, it's a completely different car to drive. Porsche feels a lot pointier, and for me, much nicer to drive. I much prefer the Porsche already than I did the Huracan. The Huracan, this is just the baseline setup, but it just felt really understeery and just not very nice to drive. Whereas this feels more balanced than the Huracan did. So, oh wow, the run again. It's going to be really quick in this first half of the lap and then a bit slow at the back end, in the middle. Can run through here again. See if I can go around the outside. Set up the inside this time. No, he's just going to brake later again. Man, look at the Merc on us, so attack to defense. Doesn't look, but brake late enough and hold on. Again, got the run.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
There we go, moved on. Oh, look at how close he is though. He won't hit the run back. I think we've got it though. There we go, moved on. Bit of space now, so we can get in a groove, hopefully. Yeah, so yeah, in terms of driving, yeah, I think they're very good fun to drive. I personally really enjoy driving these things. They just feel right to me. You know, they feel very like a GT3 would. You know, there's obviously got the traction control, you got the ABS. It just feels right and good fun to drive, which is good. Obviously, looks-wise, I mean, you can see it now. This is all. This isn't on full settings, but it's. I think most settings are on high, on the higher end of the spectrum. So looks fantastic, obviously, but I mean, you know, from kudos to the guys who made AC, you know, it's not particularly surprising because that was always a big thing AC had, is it looked very pretty. So kudos know how to make a pretty game, so that's not really a surprise. It looks the part as well. Obviously, the other big thing with ACC is the dynamic weather, which is fully dynamic. So fully dynamic weather and time. So full 24-hour cycle and all the weather and everything as well. This one is dry at the moment. I do have the weather. You can set the variability, so it obviously changes how variable the weather can be. And I've got it set to about 60%, I think, at the moment. So pretty variable. We'll see if it stays dry throughout on this Audi now. But yeah, good run on the Audi. Apologies, by the way, I'm going to probably do this a lot. I'll be in the middle of a thought and then get caught up battling someone and focus on that a bit. Nice move there on the Audi. But yeah, yeah, it just feels right and looks the part, obviously, which again, from Kunos, not particularly surprising in that department, but good to see. Sounds, I think, are fantastic. It's another big strength to me of the game is the sounds. It just sounds so good. Like, you can hear it, hopefully, while we've been going along. It just sounds really good. Like, every car sounds really good in the internals and the externals as well. The external cameras are very cool. You can sort of sit back. A couple of times I've gone back on the replay just to watch and just hear the cars going around. They just sound so good. So the sound, really good. You know, up there with AMS. I would say AMS to me is one of the better ones sound-wise, and always has been a big strength of that sim. I think this definitely is up there. And obviously, being all GT3 based, they were able to get all this detail with the looks of it, sound, everything, and all the details are there. And obviously, because they are only doing GT3 with this, they're able to sort of focus on that, so which really helps. Of course, that does mean there's no other cars, it's just GT3, so if you want anything else, then you're not going to find it here, because that's not what this sim's about. So, you know, there's the sort of downside of focusing on the one category, is that you don't have any variety, but it does mean you can nail that one category down. AI in terms of the race, well, I mean, we've seen already, again, a bit of examples, racing them. We had a good battle earlier on, and we're seeing now some good battles with AI as we go along. Again, I would still say RF2 to me is probably the best AI to race against, in my view. These guys are good though, they're good fun to race. You know, as you've seen, they'll make moves on each other, and if you've got the aggression turned up, which I think I've got a nearly maximum aggression, they'll happily have a go at you if they get close enough, so which is good to see. They don't get train tracked behind you, which is good, so I think I've got on 95 skill and 95 aggression, I'm pretty sure. So I probably could bump the skill up one notch, potentially maybe two, but this is good, you know, enough to have me something to race against, and I can chat away a bit as well.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
But yeah, it's solid in most departments to me, from my experience. And the weather all feels right again. Obviously, it's, as I said, full dynamic weather, so you know it can literally pour down and be a river. Essentially, I've tried driving in the river conditions. It is damn hard, like very hard. Another move into T1 here in the Bentley.
Clear on the right.
Nice, a little bit of a squeeze. Nothing too bad. Just a little bit of squeeze, minor squeeze in the Bentley there, but all's fair. But yeah, it definitely looks very good when it rains, when it really pours down. It looks fantastic, and the wipers going and everything. And as I said, it feels very good. Even with obviously all the traction control and ABS and assist that the GT3 has, it's still terrifying when it pours down. It is just literally like ice, which I imagine the real world is like as well. You know, even with all the assists, when it's that wet, it doesn't matter how many assists you have, it's, you know, that wet. So great fun though to try and like battle these cars in those sort of conditions. So, you know, that's really cool as well. As I said, AI definitely solid. Definitely not the worst. Definitely better than AC's AI. Well, I say better. It's pretty similar, really, isn't it? I mean, it's better obviously than the AC AI way back when, basically. But obviously now, since AC they did that update to the AI where it made it a lot better. It's still not, you know, not as good as like RF2, for example. But you know, it's better. And ACC is pretty similar, I suppose, to how AC's were after that update. Pretty much, they're more or less the same. Which is fine. You know, as I said, it's good enough. They're good enough to get a good race out of. You know, you can race them, have some good battles. You know, if you're too slow or making too many mistakes, they'll happily, you know, try pass you. They won't just sit behind you and not do anything. So, you know, solid, but certainly on one of the game's strengths. And the other thing is multiplayer, which is gonna sound a bit of an incomplete thing, but I haven't tried it, to be honest. I haven't tried the multiplayer in ACC. You know, but my competitive racing I get on iRacing personally is where I get my sort of fix there. So
we are at the halfway mark, still
halfway. There we go. 15 minutes gone, 15 to go. But yeah. So I don't really do much online in the other sims just because I don't really need to, because I get enough of it through IR. So I can't really comment on the online. It's just kind of more of a single player look at it than anything else. But seems cool from what I can see. It looks like it's trying to sort of emulate iRacing like a lot of them do now, with like the whole safety rating system and all that kind of deal. But yeah, in terms of the single player experience, good fun. I enjoy jumping in, having a go. In terms of, I guess, single player, just jumping in, you know, having a random race now and then sort of thing. It's good fun. You know, and oh, whoops, the Aston broke a little earlier than I thought he would, but anyway. But yeah, like, you know, it's a solid sim to me. Just can't turn you a nonsensical ranting deal. Apologies for that, but if you know me, you know you're used to it, so. But yeah, good fun. And worth the specialization. I think in the end, to me, it's them specializing GT3 has worked out. You know, it's definitely meant they could really get the cars right in all areas, you know, looks, sound, everything, which is great. So again, as I say, if you're looking for anything else, you're obviously going to have to go to another sim because this doesn't have it. But you know, if you want a really solid GT3 experience, then oh, that was close. Oh, this Aston does not want to give up. Get down the inside again. Oh, bounce off the anti-cut. Oh. Got the move done. There we go. See, that's what I mean with AI. You know, you get the right scenario like that, and they can be really fun to battle. So, as I say, definitely worse AI out there. Right, we've lost a lot of time for the rest of the field. I've just noticed the gaps. 9 seconds to 14th. Wow. Lost a bit of time. That's okay. Still up 16th from last, so plus 12 at the moment. I'm not driving that well, but it's okay. Cloudy conditions still holding, so still kind of looking like maybe there might be rain. I'm not sure if there is. I didn't check the forecast for the race, but so far it's just kind of cloudy, looming. But as I said, I've got variability in the weather set to I think 60%, so there's every chance because suddenly just pour down. But we'll see. But yeah, overall, good fun, and I've heard the career not too bad as well. At least it's there. You know, it could be a bit better, but at least it's something. Again, it's another thing I've been to get into a bit more, but I just haven't had the time to really get around to it. But this Honda again. At least Honda's not particularly quick, it would seem. except when you're trying to pass them. And then they suddenly become a pain. No, so there we go, we got a good run. Should be able to get him to the hairpin, hopefully.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Right, up his chuff.
Car on the left.
Yeah. Very late.
Clear on the left.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. bit of push and shove. Didn't really mean to shove him off quite like that, but anyway, it went a bit too deep, but it wouldn't turn, but that's okay. Cool, move done. Oh, that's on the line. It's the apex by a country mile. Alright, move done. Alright. Just 9 seconds to gain to get back to any other people. As I say, we have still gained 13 spots, so it's been a pretty solid run. Whoop, that's not the line. So I haven't been driving that well, to be fair, so... Ooh, back end, very loose on entry, I'm noticing. Might just be driving though, more than anything else. It's just the sounds to me are really good, really immerse you in it, you know. Like just that, like you hear the brakes, you know, squeaking into corners. Just those extra little layers of detail are really appreciated and just get you immersed in the racing a bit more. I definitely think that's one thing it does excel at personally, is the immersion. You know, really, with the way, you know, obviously with Kunos being able to, you know, get a bit prettier of a looking game than some of the other sims out there, and the sounds being a bit more intricate, it does.
Well on me. Personal fastest lap.
You know, it does definitely help you get immersed in the races a bit more and the driving. Wow, we've suddenly gained a lot on the guys. Ah, okay, don't worry, the relatives just adjusting. I was about to say, we just like halved the gap to the guys ahead somehow, and I'm not really driving that well, but it's just the yo-yo effect through the chicane. Our 3/10's quicker than our best though, previous best. Well, that's deep, that's way too deep, it's fine, we'll just, oh no. Optimum line,
The right front.
it's fine. All good, all good. Apologies as well for my driving not being the best, and a bit maybe more rambly than normal, a bit tired at the moment, so... Oh, please, that was terrible. Pushed a bit too far in.
Losing pressure on the right rear.
It's good, we're losing pressure on all the tyres, great to see. I think the cool thing as well is they do have more coming for the sim. I think they have Kyalami and a couple other tracks as part of a big pack I think they've got coming up that they're developing, which is really cool. Obviously the big one for us Australians is that they've got Bathurst on the way as part of that pack. That's going to be cool if they can actually do it well. Yeah, that would be very cool to drive these around Bathurst. To be very, very cool. So hopefully they get it good, or get it right. I mean, as I said, so from driving all the tracks in the game so far and everything, they all feel pretty good to me. Obviously, I'm not an actual pro racer, so, you know, I can't really say what they're like in real life, but, you know, they feel good to me to drive. They look relatively accurate. Obviously, good detail of all the crowd and everything, so, you know, if they can get Bathurst right, that'll be very cool. So hopefully they do. There we go, nice. For a PB here. Kind of getting into our own little space here. We're getting away from the pack behind, but not really catching the guys ahead, actually. We're maybe matching them, but looks of it at best. Pace up front pretty good. So maybe it was a good thing I didn't put the difficulty up, because it really seems most of the field's quicker than me. So we're a second up on our previous best. It's wide again. So they're doing high 31s to 32s. I think we just did a 30, did we? Low 31. So we did gain, but 9 seconds in about 6 minutes. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Been fun though, as I said. It's just very fun cars to drive. Very detailed, you know. They all just feel good to me. Like, it's good feeling through the wheel. You generally know what the car's doing. It's not too light or anything. It doesn't sort of just not, you know, doesn't just sort of have a slide you don't know about. Generally, you're aware of what's going on. Again, the sound design plays into that as well. I'll agree with, I think, a couple of comments I've seen about just looking at people talking about the game is the curbing isn't particularly strong. It's one thing I've always thought does do well is the curbing and just the feeling going over bumps and that kind of thing. It gets that feeling very good. Gets it done very well, so you're very much aware of when you're going over a curb or if you're going over a bit of a bump or something like that. You know about it, you feel it through the wheel, but I do feel like ACC, maybe it's a little bit too sort of sedated compared to like the other driving effects. Could be a little bit stronger maybe, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's not too terrible. You still feel it. You still feel when you go over a curve. You still feel the little bit of a rumble in the wheel, but it could be maybe a touch stronger, I think. The main thing, obviously, that was very good with 1.1. So one of the problems with it in its initial release, they thankfully did tweak with 1.1 was the curbing or the curbs. In the first build of the game, the curbs were deadly. They were so slippery. After a lot of the time, you really couldn't touch them much, even in dry conditions, because just were too slippery. You just end up losing time, but thankfully they adjusted that in 1.1 so that now the curbs aren't as slippery, so you can actually use them in the dry and all that sort of thing. They're not as awkward, so that's good. For a PB again here if we keep this up. Now catching the pack ahead. I think it's going to be a little too late, unfortunately. As I said, we've literally ended up in our own space here. We're ahead of the back end of the field pack, but we're behind the kind of front half. So we're literally in our own little world here, which is interesting how it's kind of panned out. Yep, there we go, 130. And a lot actually on the guys ahead. We may actually have a chance here of getting to them. We pretty much halved the gap in about 3 minutes. We had 6 minutes to go, so we might maybe get close. I think we'll just fall short, but nearly there. You see the sun coming up as if you've been sort of watching over the video. It's been getting slowly lighter bit by bit, so we're getting into the morning. There's an apex there. I wouldn't know where I missed it there pretty badly. Matching our time from last lap though, which is good. They are gaining on these guys quite heavily. It's interesting. Honda behind us is still holding on too, which is credit to them. Yeah, so 31s and 32s are what they're doing. So we match our best, just 3 thousandths quicker. There you go. Wow, fast up the race. So pace is there. Only taken us half an hour to get there, but that's okay. Oh, that's wide. It's very wide. Oh, that's deep. We've gone too deep. Oh. A little bit too deep into the chicane there. It's fine. Alternate line. But yeah, as I say, pretty much that's sort of the gist of ACC, I suppose, from my experience anyway, which I'll last like this time by. Yeah, as I say, I've not driven as much as I kind of have wanted to. It's, as I said, it's one of the sims that I've always gone, I'd like to do a bit more of that. I've just never really got around to having the time or energy to do it a bit more. But it's solid. I really think it's solid. And as I said, the 1.1 update they did really sort of tweak a lot of things, like improved a lot of little nigglies that were there with the driving, the physics. Added, as I said, a bunch of new cars as well. Added a new track in Zandvoort. So it's a good update, very good update. It definitely has helped ACC just improve that a bit more. As I said, for a GT3 experience, I don't think there's a better one out there. And as I say, with them focusing solely on GT3, definitely help with that. Does mean, as I say, that if you want anything else, you're going to have to look elsewhere. But as a GT3 package, I don't think you can get much better, to be honest, in my opinion. Doesn't mean that the other GT3 cars on the sims are terrible. They're just not as good as these, I don't think, to me. Especially, like, you get into a really good rhythm in these things. They just feel really nice to drive, over a sort of longer period. We're nearly going to get these guys. We're just going to run out of time to catch this pack ahead. Still, 28th to 15th. Not too bad, I don't think. In the Porsche. And there we go. We got the fans popping off the smoke. And there we go. P15. Oops, as we're still under control here. But there you go. Yeah, a little bit something different. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just thought I'd, felt like doing a video and felt like doing something on ACC. It's a sim that I have been meaning to play a bit more anyway, so I might look at doing the odd thing here and there in future potentially. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. As we fittingly get the fireworks there in front of us, nice way to round it off. So that's the video. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, bye for now.